Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm here in front of Father Illid once more, where we continue our main quest. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garlond would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Desiree. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of a calamity, much like the great Gobble Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. I could bet the Great Gobble Wall is some sort of event in the old Final Fantasy XIV, before the server shut down, or part of that final battle during the eve of a calamity. It states the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania toward Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgoth Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Perhaps the Serpent Station there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the science. Pray, look after yourself and Cid, Desiree. Okay, we go to the North Shroud now. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Waterford at Florentil's Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I'm unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Didn't eat me. Well done, boys. You have come in search of Waterford. When well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Coerthas. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Level 40. Edgy Assault. It was on the eve of the Battle of Carteneau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. When all of a sudden the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen split the skies overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Coerthas. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ashgardians who control the regions. I wouldn't expect much though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamut descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plight of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. And with that, we enter the Coerthas Central Highlands. we been here before? I don't think so, right? No wolves. Deal with those quickly. See you in a moment. Okay. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to our student there, and what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How absurd, as if you would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishkat may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Are you sure there's nothing I can help you with? Hello, of Mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And when the hell is that knight I sent out on the patrol? You should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of our student there. As is mine. Assaulter. That is my edgy again. So, let me help you, soldier. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable, dragon-loving bastards. Pah! Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors if the heretics are operating within this region. Very well, friend. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse the records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Admel. If I have security worries, they can always look for the information I need personally. I mean, yeah, this is an observatorium, right? All kinds of things you could learn here if you peruse the records. So, I have a lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovor thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back the generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dorvanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Falmouth up above. It's a long way up above. As I said, I don't need to personally look for the information. If someone could look it up a particular day 5 years ago, that would work just fine for me. And I don't need the entirety of the information. I need one thing that flew over the sky that day. Nothing more. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has waged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between sovereign nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of our lone's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion for a moment. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Garlond, you honor us with your presence, sir. This lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durendare's knight from those heretics. Doubtless I feel indebted to you. I'm told you seek an airship last seen in Coerthas 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Coerthas. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp of your surroundings, safe and secure in their knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you had aided House Durendare in that fashion. Thank you, madame. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Alright. That was, I believe, a not quite so subtle way of Inquisitor to say, mind your own business, yeah? Do not interfere with the people here. You there, madame? I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of XIV in the vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologer and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Jump! Luckily, you can't die from fall damage unless you're in battle. Okay. Let's help this guy. What a relief to see someone other than the goddamn birdsman. I thought I could finish my work while the XIV were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again before I forced... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Durendare cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the danger our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandar is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatorium's records, but it's just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelon for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of Durandar carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, now I hear you rescued a man of our house. I imagine we must desire something for your trouble. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses. It's only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Okay, how can we help you? No, I understand you are eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skill but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Logs was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipments remains, I would have you travel to the scene of a robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Durandar, further improving the chances that they indulge your request for aid. Stupid paralysis. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? God bless you, friend. It's all here, every last... But wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hell, that's the personal property of Lord Franzel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury take me, a draconian rosary? In the possession of Lord Franzel? Yet perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Hellenard is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Hellenard. Your other introduction will need to be postponed as well. It's the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Franzel is no heretic. He's a godly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Hellenard for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of a coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. And this is a dungeon I do this soon. Soon. Yes, you look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to meet me? Really? I see, Sir Carrier has not forgotten his mother's favorite flower. A pity has not been in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall to the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It is as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It's only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship, I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Orchefort of House Four Toms commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction and he will surely be receptive to your needs.
Wait.
here's Lord Orchefont. I have the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I not want to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter, pray tell, why have you come? If there's any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah yes, the letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you require assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartheno, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Four Toms. I think I'll end the episode here. This seems a good point for that. Yeah. Until next time, when, we continue here, I guess. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.